Hi, this is Richard Quack here, coming live to you from Malaysia. I would like to welcome you to this video session of mine. And today we are going to talk about the topic of network marketing. And the topic is skills you need to build your network marketing business online. Now, everything is revolved around the internet, especially now with the lockdown, with the COVID-19. Everybody is doing online. So online is very, very important for network marketing as well. Everything is revolved around the internet, right? Many years ago, Bill Gates quoted this: if you are not on the net, you do not have a business. Most people go to the internet out of weakness. What do I mean by that? They will say something like this: I don't like talking to people, so I use the internet. That's the reason why they go on the internet, because they don't like to talk to people. But do you know that, as far as network marketing is concerned, communication and talking to people is very, very critical to your success. Now, a lot of people talk about high tech versus high touch. Now, the truth is that we got to use high tech as well. In today's environment, there are a lot of new things, a lot of technology and so on. We got to use high tech as well. But you cannot ignore high touch as well, because you need to communicate with people. So there must be a balance between both. Okay, so don't only think about using high tech like internet, but you also need to have high touch. Now let's have a look at the skills you need. Whether you're doing online or offline, you need these various skills. Okay. Now you need closing skills, don't you think so? Closing skill is very, very important. Now, the traditional way of doing closing is outdated, honestly, Example, let me give you. Would you like to sign up? What would you like? What interests you, the product or the business? Would you like to pay by credit card or cash? Something like that. That is the traditional way. It doesn't really work anymore. Let me share with you two tips. Let me give you two tips, all right? Basically, when you want to close people, rather than asking them whether they like to join or not, it's a very simple question. I think this is a very simple strategy. Okay? Now, ask them, after you finish everything, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? And wait for them to respond, because they have to respond. Now you are pushing the decision to them. Where do we go from here? Okay, that's a good strategy. And the other thing is that, when you do closing, ask a lot of questions. Remember that, ask a lot of questions, because you want to find out about your prospect. The prospect doesn't want to know about you. So you need to ask a lot of questions to find out about the prospect, whether they need your program, they need your products or not. So by asking questions, only you find out about them. Because don't forget, we are problem solver. We want to solve their problem. Okay? Now, if they ask you a question, especially objections, right? What do? A lot of people will try to explain, here and there, and then it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. But the safest and the easiest way is, when they ask you a question, answer a question with a question. I'll give you a simple example, right? If they tell you, oh, MLM is a scam, don't try to explain to them why MLM is not a scam. Just ask them a simple question. Why do you say that MLM is a scam? Can you explain to me? And I can tell you, by asking questions, you will get to know whether they know what they're talking about or not. Because a lot of people just hearsay from other people, and then they say it's a scam. Okay? So those are closing skills that you need to learn. Okay? No more the traditional way of closing, Okay? Now, the other skill that you need is recruiting skill. You need to be able to recruit people into a business. That means you got to do your presentation. Now, the traditional way of doing presentation still works, but I tell you, people are fearful. When they hear the presentation, they know it's MLM. That's for sure. The traditional way of presentation is what? They talk about the company, they talk about the products, they talk about the compensation plan, and so on. Isn't it true? That's the traditional way. But you have to be, you got to be, creative. All right? Because a lot of people, when they hear that way, they know it's MLM. And you and I know a lot of people are fearful about MLM. So why not, like what I do it as a business package. That means I'm not selling them MLM, I'm giving them an online business system, whereby I show them what are the things that you're going to get and so on. Okay. Now, I will include inside there probably, courses. I'll include inside there tools. I include inside there products as well. And I also include inside there software for them to use, and then teaching them how to do it and so on. And it becomes a business package, and it is more presentable. And I tell you the truth, because when we do it this way, some people join us without knowing that it's MLM. Honest truth. So you have to be creative nowadays. Cannot be using the old recruitment way of presentation and so on. Okay? So I'm not going to talk more about it, but you got to be creative. You cannot be using the traditional way anymore. A lot of people are still using the traditional way. It still works. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but that is the reason why a lot of people are so fearful of doing MLM. Okay? Now, the third skill that you need is listening skill. This is so important. All right? In network marketing especially, a lot of people talk too much. Sometimes they oversell that people run away. People already agreed to sign up probably, but when they keep on talking and talking, people will run away. They say, I'll think about it, So basically, you need to have listening skill. Learn how to listen. I know it's not easy. A lot of people want to show off. They want to talk, because the ego will kill you, honestly, So you got to learn how to listen. Have you read the book, How to Influence Friends and, by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie? He quoted this: the greatest conversationalist of all is the person who just listens. When you listen, you are giving them time to talk, and you give them psychological air as well, because they want to talk, right? Let them talk. So be a good listener. That's the most important thing. So these are the three skills that you need. Number one, closing skill, recruitment skill, and also listening skill. Now, whether you like it or not, in network marketing, you need to talk to people. Don't you agree so? You need to talk to people because you are going to recruit people. So you need to talk to people. Even if you are using social media, right? A lot of people, I'm using social media like Facebook. Well, you still got to communicate with people. You still got to chat with them. All right. Of course, maybe you don't talk to them personal, face-to-face, but you still got to communicate with them. Okay. Now, over social media and using the internet, of course, you chat using Messenger. Isn't it true? You will chat using Messenger. All right. That is the truth. And how do you use Messenger? Well, you can use on your computer, or if you want to use your mobile phone, then you can download the Messenger app. Okay, download the Messenger app and you can communicate with people even though you are not in front of your computer. With a mobile phone, you can do that. So you need to chat with people. That means you got to communicate with people as well, even though you are using social media. The next thing is that you need to have a casual conversation. All right, casual conversation. Just like you're talking to a friend, right? Talking to a friend. After all, in Facebook, you call them friends, right? So you are talking to a friend. The conversation must be casual. And then ask questions. Always ask questions. Remember this. The people there on Facebook, they don't want to know about you. So don't tell them about who you are, but ask questions to find out about them. Because who you are will be on your about page. All right, on your about page, people can go there and look at your profile page, and so then they find out more about you. So basically, it must be a casual conversation. And the other thing is also, when you are going on Facebook, especially if you are doing network marketing or you are doing business, don't stray, right? Don't stray. Talk about things that that you can get information for your business. Don't talk about personal, talking about relationship and so on. No, please stray away from that, okay? And when you talk about conversation as well, and you talk about question, always end your conversation with a question. Always end with a question. But remember, do not appear like an interrogation, because you ask too many questions all the time, then they get annoyed. So what you need to do is let it flow. Now, I give you an example. Like I ask them, what do you do? They say, I'm in real property. Then I tell them, that's good. I got many friends in real property. Okay. What sort of property do you market? or promote, something like that, right? So basically, it's not question after question and after question. You let it flow, okay? And find out their needs. You ask questions because you want to find out about them. You want to find out about them so that you can solve the problem, remember? And when you ask questions, okay, this is a tip I give you. Ask open-ended question. Don't ask closed-ended question. Closed-ended question are questions that require a yes or no answer, that's all. Yes or no, you cannot continue with the conversation. So ask questions that are open-ended questions. I give you a tip here, right? It is 5 wives and 1 husband. That means 5 W and 1 H. The W represent what, where, why, when, which, and the H represent how. So very simple, right? So when you want to ask question, ask open-ended question. Remember the 5 wives and 1 husband. Okay. Now, mistakes that people make. This is terrible. I mean, I come across this every day because I communicate with people on Facebook every day. The moment you accept the friend request, they come out with a link asking you to join them, this and that, or asking you to join the program or join the course and so on. I mean, this is not the way that business is done. Okay? This is they push the program to others without even knowing them. Remember, you got to communicate and know about people first without, oh, become friend now, I send you my link. That is scamming, actually. That is scamming. All right? So you should not be doing that. You should build relationship with people, find out about them first. I know it takes some time, but then this is what you should do. Find out about them, and then after that, then you know that they need what you have, then only that offer to them. Okay? Don't push. A lot of people do that. When I come across people like that, very simple. I don't talk much. I don't just unfriend them, that's all, because they don't think about you. They think about themselves, pushing. That is not the way. Whether you're network marketing or any other business whatsoever, when you're using social media, please don't use push marketing. Okay? Because Facebook is about relationship, right? I mean, for example, I'll give a simple example. You meet a girl, all right, for the first time. You straight away ask her, would you marry me? Probably a tight slap on your face. Isn't it true? No, you got to build a relationship with her first. Go out on a few dates and so on if she want to go out with you. But by the way, right? But anyway, it takes time to build a relationship. Same thing in social media as well. When you meet somebody, you don't ask them, hey, can you marry me? Would you marry me? No. Build a relationship with them first. Find out about them. Don't forget. All right. It is about relationship and providing value to people. Okay. The last thing I'll mention to you is, have you heard of this NIR? You have to have this attitude. NIR means nothing in return. That means your intention on Facebook or communicating with people is nothing in return. You are supposed to give value. That's it. And don't think about anything in return or any reward or any commission. Okay, when you do that, people will respect you. Provide massive value. That is what social media is about. So when you're online, it is the same thing that you do offline. All right, you got to build relationship with people. People don't join people just because, of the company or the product. They join you. They join you, remember? And people buy and join people they know, they like, and they trust. Remember that. All right, they know you. Okay, now you become friend on Facebook. Probably they don't know you. All right, but they don't like you yet. They don't trust you yet. Now, what people do is that, the moment you friend them, they send you all the programs. So that means I know them, but I don't like them already. And if I don't like them, how do I trust them? That's the end of the road. Okay? Well, that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something here, right? I really hope that you learned something here. Skills you need to build your network marketing business online. Now, whether it's online or offline, remember this. You still need all these skills. Okay? You need to learn how to close. You need how to have the skill of recruiting and listening skill as well. Okay? And whether you are, even if you are doing network marketing online, you still need to communicate with people because communication is very important. Communication is important. You got to communicate to gather trust, okay? And then, conversation-wise, be casual, ask questions, and Remember the 5 wives and 1 husband. And remember, don't make the mistake of trying to push your program to people. Okay? I mean, if they don't want it, it's okay. All right, but don't push immediately. Build relationship with them first. Ask them what they do and so on. Okay? So this is the way to go about it. And I tell you, whether you do network marketing or any other business, like Bill Gates say, if you are not on the net, you don't have a business whatsoever. Okay, so for those people who are not using the internet or online or social media, it is high time that you think about it, because this is the way to go now. This is the future. Okay, so with that, I thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you like what you hear and see. If you like, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today, and I'll see you Monday again. All right, and have a nice weekend. And this is Richard Quek here from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.